Little known fact, XCOM actually stands for Extraterrestrial Counter-Offensive Meatball, but unfortunately, when the first meatball got burned, they had to make XCOM 2. I hope you all are doing alright tonight. We're going to be hopping into our save from before and rejoining the initiative against the Advent and the Chosen and the Elders and all them's. Yeah, so leaving off, we had our VIP rescue mission. We were able to get in touch with the black market, and we're going to be seeing a little bit more of what that's about. And yeah, moving forward as best we can. You know, reeling from the loss of one of our star players, we're going to be still moving forward and seeing what we could accomplish together. But I will admit, it's been a few days, like maybe 5 days since I last played it, so I might be a little rusty, but shouldn't be too bad. I shook off the rust from 6 years. I can handle 5 days, right? So, yeah, we got our Avatar Project Dark Events. I think we decided we're not going to be countering this. Well, we're not going to be revealing it with intel. We're just going to be countering it. And let's check out the black market to see if that decision is justified. As far as selling, I did sell off a few corpses here. Just a few ones that I didn't think were going to be too impactful. Might be incorrect, but, you know, they were on sale, so whatever. Yeah, so we have that. We can purchase things. We have a few options here. We've got alien alloys, Illyrium crystals, autoloader, supplies, a specialist, a corporal specialist, which sounds good. Trying to remember which ranks are which. Either way, 70 intel is pretty steep. I would say... Is this with the discount? Because without it, it even feels worse. There's plenty of things that I'd like. This apparently takes half the research time off psionics, which psionics is awesome. I really want it, but 60 intel for that. I mean, that's almost how much it costs, I think, to connect with a new income source. So at this early stage in the game, I feel like intel is too hard to come by for me. That I'm not really gonna be into this. You know, if it saves a few days of research, it's cool, but is it game-changing for me? I don't know. I really don't know. So, thinking about this, I think I'm just going to save my intel and use it elsewhere, and I can always, you know, decide to come back. Alloys and crystals, though. Just gives me 19 Illyrium crystals, so 1 crystal for 1 intel. That kind of sounds good. I know crystals are supposed to be used for the 1 upgrade room that I don't have. Then alloys, I think I'll be getting more of these, but I like the idea of getting more. I've got 28. It's tough. It's tough. I actually don't know the value of any of this stuff, so I can't really be sure. I'm going to say that I don't want the supplies, the autoloader, the research, or the... I mean, I like the research, but again, it's just I don't know if it's worth the intel. That being said, what's the autopsy? Real quick, I could check into that and say, what's the time on the autopsy? Obviously, we're finishing this, but if we were to change research, the faceless autopsy is 11 days, psionics is 13 days, so time off both those would be great, because I've heard that the item that you get from the faceless autopsy is just great. But it also requires more corpses, I think 2 corpses, after the first one, so we're going to have to find a resistance mission. Anyways.
I'm never going to get any work done if Mr. Bradford can't keep the ship steady.
So yeah, it's a tough decision what we actually want to be doing here, because, you know, I want intel, I want these items, I don't really know enough. I'm just going to hold off on it for right now. I did, as far as I can tell, my covert stuff.
We already have a covert operation underway, Commander.
Yeah, there's that, but then there's the other thing. Where's the little covert mission that we did? Not exactly sure where it's at. Tough call. Yeah, there's a little mission that should say... Oh, it should be right here, actually. Top right, yeah. Quid pro quo. So I got quid pro quo. It's reducing it by 30% already. It feels like I should be taking advantage of that. I spent a month worth of orders to do that. And I know this doesn't refresh until the next month anyway, so it feels like I should be actually buying this stuff. As far as I know, I don't have any crystals. And I can probably get more intel before I need it, as I'm still working on expanding my comm relay stuff. Let's go for it. Alrighty, and then real quick, checking one more thing. Sorry for back and forth here, guys. But we're going to go ahead and head over here and see what these ranks are. So if we look at their abilities, you can see here, got Squatty, Corporal, Sergeant, Lieutenant, Captain, Major, Colonel. So Corporal is only this. If it was like Lieutenant, I would absolutely consider that worth it. But just as a Corporal, I can basically get most of the way there just from ranking up Squatty. So I don't actually think that's all that useful. As you said. So yeah, it comes down to really if I want to rush or research. Psionics are cool, and usually you don't get them until much later because of how long they take. But I also have to think of like my order. It's like, okay, well, I want to get the Predator armor, then I want to get the Faceless Autopsy, then I want to get the... At least this is scaled, it scales down well, where this is 13, this is 11, so 50 instead of 60, it makes sense. Yeah, because this is like mid to late game, and this is like, I want this now, so let's rush it. And if that's a overspend on intel, it's an overspend on intel, but I'll go for those things and at least make use of the covert thing that we did. Alright, we've got West Africa, we've got South Africa, we've got our black market. It's time to get our supplies.
Regardless of their intention.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances.
Beautiful. Very excited about that.
These
So we've got our
magnetic
magnetic weapons.
weapons are a lot like the early railgun prototypes. They fire projectiles at extremely high velocity.
Alright. So we're at the same tier of weaponry as their commanders, or their Advent guys now, which is cool. Magnetic rifle, shard gun, mag pistol, bullpup, Gauss weapons. Very cool. Very cool. Alright, so I got a couple things that are inspired. Gauss weapons are inspired. Sniper rifle and cannon variant based on our newly learned magnetic weapons technology. And that's inspired, so it's going to be faster. Yeah, sounds good to me. All this is important, but yeah, we're here for the weapons.
Work begins immediately, Commander.
Got two scientists, got a decent pace going. I want to go ahead and look at engineering
Just give the word and I'll get started.
and seeing what items we can build up. Looks like it's going to be here. Weapons. Alright, so we got Ranger, Skirmisher. So it says upgrade. Does that mean it automatically like activates for everybody? That's kind of cool. Well, we definitely want the rifle. We don't use the pistol nearly as much, but the rifle for sure. And I would say the shotgun? Yeah, spray style projectile, that's the shotgun for sure. So upgrade that as well. And the others we might have to hold off on a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure when my next... I'm just about to get some supplies, never mind. Then I think I can go ahead and get this as well. Not too worried about the pistol for the time being though.
It's creepy hearing the
Oh, we just lost a bunch of alloys. Okay, so we spent a bunch of alloys. It wasn't even the supplies that I should have been worried about there, it was the alloys. So maybe I do want to go to the black market and pick up the alloys if it's going to get me weapon upgrades for all my classes. Alright, yeah, got the machinery out. Let's see what we got here. So this is down center. So my plan for now is to actually put in a workshop. And because I got a research on workshop, it should be a lot cheaper to get rid of. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and build this up. It says it'll take 20 days to build, and then after that I need the resistance combos to 16 days. The alternative is I just build the... Well, I need to clear the alien machinery regardless, right? If this is the layout I want. Probably one guy at... We'll check the math, but I do think I should just be building while I can, so... We'll do workshop here. Okay, so he's decreasing construction time by 50%, which brings it down to 10 days, much better. And then we're going to go ahead and bring in our other engineer to work on this. That'll take 20 days, but can be reduced later. I can't staff 2 guys on this, so I might as well, yeah, just focus on clearing this out. And then hopefully we can down to the exposed power coil and figure out what's up with that. Upgrade. It says power conduit and add an additional workstation, allowing an engineer to be staffed here. So apparently I'm supposed to put power relays next to workshops. Oh well. Hopefully we just have enough engineers to go around, we can figure that out. But as it is, yeah, we're just doing some stuff here. Feeling pretty good about our current setup. Our contacts will be maxed out for a little while though, as a result of our build order. Alright, no, we're not flying back to Reaper HQ. We could do the black site. That is an option. Sounds like it's something we can avoid for a bit though with Avatar Project as it is. So maybe we just want to... Well, we could look at these rookies. It's a 7-day scan. Let's go ahead and get the alloys, spend the intel on that. And then we'll go ahead and... Oh, forgot about the UFO. Looking forward to that. Yeah, we'll get the alloys. And that will be the last of our intel spends for a while, I think. I almost wonder if psionics was the play, but... Yeah, we are what we are, doing what we're doing. Our options, we got black site, facility, yeah. ETA 4 hours, 7 days remaining, expires in 13 days. Kind of hard to keep up with this, but right now we have nothing else to really scan, and I'm not feeling great about the black site stuff. So we'll get some rookies.
There will be no sanctuary for those who would stand in open defiance of the Eldar.
Eastern Europe had retribution.
Fields of the void.
So he's going to reduce our income. Oh, just in a specific region by 20. I'm more worried about what she's about to do. She's about to train herself to be stronger, and she can already basically one-shot my guys, so... Kind of scary. Kind of scary. Alright, got a specialist trained up. Might as well put somebody else in the guerrilla training tactics school. And that would be our last fellow. What? Yeah, I know how this system works. It's more how many soldiers of each kind do I have. It says right here I've got 1 skirmisher, can't really do much about that. 2, 2, 2, 3. So basically I can do any of the other combat groups. I would say most likely we'll want another grenadier. Sounds fine to me. So we can go ahead and start him on that. Okay, back to the bridge. I'm expecting that UFO to show up pretty soon. Alright, review targets, let's go.
With the number of contacts we've established, we're getting
Hidden event.
support from multiple sites around the world.
Oh, you get a special reward in engineer. So there's different values.
The decision is yours.
So you get supplies, difficulty moderate, chosen always attempt to capture soldiers. Which is kind of what I inferred from the last time. I guess that's not actually in their code. So they were kind of fighting. Alright, all advent soldiers are completely immune to environmental hazards, like poison, fire, and ice. I'm okay with that. The engineer is nice, though. The last thing here is moderate difficulty, 74 intel, hidden event countered. So I can either spend intel to see if this event is worth countering, or I can just get intel, skip the engineer. It's tough because I would be willing to spend like 74 intel just to get an engineer. So I like this reward a lot better, and it's easier. That said, we gotta counter this dark event, or be willing to commit the intel to figuring out what it is, because there are some real bad ones for sure. think we're just going to destroy the alien relays with moderate difficulty, and yeah, we'll see what's going on. Now we have to keep in mind the Light Eater, the Warlock, is nearby. We might need to take another crack at him, we'll see.
Commander, I'm getting faint traces of a signal coming through. Someone on the ground is trying to reach us, but I can't make it out. Keep your eyes peeled for possible contacts down there.
Alright, we got some pretty good options here. We'll be bringing in Jason Borders, Blake Baldwin. Our other selections will be bringing on this mission a specialist, our newly trained up Anastasia Bogdanova. It's not really a Swedish name, honestly, but we'll go with it. Had the option of bringing in a skirmisher, which I'm down with, and then either an extra grenadier or sharpshooter. Horde grenadiers can be pretty good, and I'm still lacking the secondary slots to really be able to justify not bringing a second skirmisher. Once I have predators, I'm like, I've got utility, I've got lots of good items, but right now, I'll take as many item slots as I can get, really. Alright, that being said, we're generally going to go with the smoke grenade. Let's see, if we go ahead and unequip barracks, we go to see what we can do here. Smoke grenade available, great. Go with one frag grenade over here, if we have it. If we have it. Alright, I'm gonna continue to look for that, but I know there should be a flashbang around somewhere. Where are my flashbangs, guys? Like, I don't get this stuff. Yes, the character died. No, he shouldn't have had a flashbang on him. Oh wait, oh, he should have. It was Sylvia that had the flashbang. Well, I feel like that's an important one. If I can build it, I will. I've got supplies. Yeah, let's make a flashbang. And I lost my medkit from the previous one dying too. Woof, okay. Sometimes that's how it goes. Alright, so we got flashbang on Baldwin. Do we have our new weapons? Not cannons, not snipers, but it says magnetic rifle right now, which I believe is the right kind. So what kind of damage are we talking here? 5 to 7 by default. Love to see it. That sounds really good. This is our specialist, so we'll go ahead and give them the medkit. They don't have the healing ability just yet, but we'll keep it as an option. Looks like it's going to be double frags for this guy. We could give him a mind shield. His will is probably pretty low, this being his first mission and all. 47? I don't know. 47, 43, 44. And it looks like Baldwin's a little tired and still pretty frustrated from losing his bond mate, so his will's not going to be the best either. Well, I'm not too sure. I'm not going to think about this too hard. We got enough frags. Let's see who needs the most health right now. We got a 5, a 6, a 5, a 5, and an 8. A little scary, to be honest. I think we can give our Grenadier a little extra cushion so they can be in more aggressive positions. We'll make sure that the Specialist is in a careful spot. Overall, 3 frags total. I think this is a good mix of everything. The Mind Shield is kind of tempting, but the only person I would really put it on... Well, I guess you could put it on Baldwin, right? So if I give this guy the frag back... Actually, maybe give him... Baldwin the frag in this slot, give him the Mind Shield in this slot. We can make up for the fact that his will is reduced right now. And then we can put the flashbang over here, just hoping that this soldier doesn't die on us and we lose out on that item. Weapon upgrade, it says. I don't... Okay, so just the stocks. Okay, so as far as stocks available, we do have missed shots do damage. And that'll do 2 damage, or the laser sight crit. Crit to image isn't the best. We'll just do advanced stock for Pray Till Mox. He does take quite more shots on average, I would say, than other options. So we've got most of our upgraded items. Do we have a scope or something for borders? There we go. Or this is the chair trigger. I like that a lot. And that should cover most everything. I mean, we can go ahead and grab a quick weapon upgrade here. We can customize a grenade launcher, right? That's just pretty standard. Okay. Then yeah, we'll just go ahead and upgrade the laser sight. Critical hit chance on the Jennifer Butler's cannon. And so I'd say we're good to go. Alrighty. Without further ado, we're a little slow this time around. Still kind of getting back up to speed, but we're ready for our mission. And I hope you're ready to see Operation Tomb Slap.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position to drop.
So it's usually around the first time that we kind of show ourselves that the Chosen shows up, if they're going to show up at all. We'll have to see if we take another stab at Warlock or if he's licking his wounds for a bit. I imagine they don't just like show up back to back if you just defeated them, but never know.
Has picked up a signal from a hidden alien communications relay sending data to the Advent network from this area. Anything we can do to disrupt the
Mud
alien
Town.
logistics increases our chances of stopping their progress. We'll need to secure the area and eliminate any hostiles, then destroy the relay before they finish their transmission. Menace 1-5, the communications relay is up ahead. Move in and destroy the target.
Okay, so we are timed, and we did not get the thing that will help us on timed missions. So we're gonna have to move, move pretty quick here. Decent position for borders to move up. We just have to make sure that whoever moves up, we follow up real quick. So this is like a safe spot. So I kind of like that idea. Anybody else that can get there would be great too. Yeah, we can start off with that as an option. Move her into position. Specialist is furthest back, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that and leapfrog a bit. Almost looks like a shotgun, but I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's a rifle. I'm just not used to the graphic model yet. Alright. So now we know it's pretty quiet. Oh, we see this over here. We are able to hack this. But I don't think she's ready to hack remotely, so we'll just have to work with what we have. So we're trying to get over here. As far as boundaries for the map, not too far back that way. As is pretty standard, our backs are to the wall here. And okay, there's actually nothing over here either. So really it's just kind of back here and back here. What we actually want to do is probably avoid this squad entirely and just start moving up this way. I wish I'd kind of scouted that out beforehand, but we're here now. So I think it's still going to be perfectly safe for us to make a move over here. Worst case, I think I can grapple hook, but probably not because this turns over. Well, it should be fine. Cool. Random people. I'm not too worried about it. Sit rep. Resistance contacts. I did not read the sit rep. I know it varies for each of these guerrilla missions, and I should be reading them, but I didn't. I'm imagining that we get some friends here at some point. But I also thought that was the case in the last mission, and no soldiers ever showed up. It was just a VIP, so we'll see. Ooh, is that a Viper? Keeps things interesting for sure. Well, if I'm trying to activate one by one, it would probably involve going there on this turn. Aw. The people. Trying to remember. Gotta move on. Okay. So we got a big old satellite dish here, but that's not the thing that we're worried about. The thing is in here is just this little box. It's definitely not a box, pillar, obelisk thing. Alright. Ground level. We're not in a rush at this point. Like, we needed to rush to get to this position, but honestly, that's not very far away. It's not super convenient, especially since I don't know how long it'll take to destroy this, but yeah. Oh, they do have hack as a remote option. I'm sure it would display us, but doesn't it tell us, like, if it's good or not? I'm gonna go ahead and save. Just as a mechanics question, if I aggro, I'm gonna reload, but I just want to know if I'm allowed to know what the hack is before I initiate it. So I've got that saved, and we'll go ahead and just check out. There it is. Okay, so it says map alert will occur. So obviously we aggro, but it also says 50% integrated comms and 24% squad integrated comms. Now I don't know what that stuff is. I'm curious. Just to read and understand actually what this stuff is. Okay, so it says feedback, map alert. A failed hack will result in any nearby enemy groups being alerted to your position. But integrated comms would mean that the specialist gains squad sight for 3 turns, or everybody gains squad sight for 3 turns. Not that great overall, and of course the tech score is bad, so the odds aren't great. But interesting to look at. Did that cost me an action? Because if so, I'm going to reload. I was just looking, but it looks like you're allowed to browse. Alright, great. So I'll keep that in mind for the future. Yeah, so now we need to be making our way. We know there's 2 enemies over this direction. The question is how quickly we move. I'm assuming a blue move is probably going to be my best bet here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this position here, peeking out from the side, see what kind of damage we can do. Alright, so we got a patrol, but they can't see right here, and that's good intel. They, however, could see that because I have to go up the little ladder, the pole on the right to get there. So I'm trying to think if there's a good position I can take that isn't on that side, but it looks like these are all going to be low LOS positions. So either... I really want him on the rooftop, though. Like, even if it takes an extra turn to get in position, he's just firing a pistol shot next turn. I really find a lot of value in heading up there. And because they just jumped off the roof, they shouldn't be up there anymore. Nobody should. So that's cool. No more signs, life forms, activity, anything like that, but that's okay. She's, of course, got to catch up now that she's kind of fallen behind. And that is, like, such a perfect position to be nice and safe and cozy. So, well, there's no... I thought there was another door here, but looks like if she goes in here, she can't get out the other side easily, which means she's just boxing herself in. So we'd rather her be close to the action. We'll put her over here. Yeah, so... knowing what we know, if they come down this direction, we can always be, like, back here. Or we could try using our grappling hook somewhere. Let's go ahead and move him as a blue move right here.
Moving.
And now my grapple position's opened up a bit. Is this a terrible grapple? Probably. Is it cool? Definitely.
Tactical movement.
As long as we're not flanked, we should be fine. I'm reluctant to move too close. any which way, because they could go to the left and flank me there. I think it's going to be smarter for me to, like, be back here. So if they come too far south, is that technically flanking? Are they more likely to... Based on them coming down here, they're moving this direction. I think they're going to keep going that way, down the hall. Which would mean the safest place for now would be right here. Leaving one more. Once again, we have to avoid exposure. So I just plan on taking the corner here. I think it'll be just fine.
Double time.
Of course, that does limit Baldwin's options, but I think just he's got an okay perspective. Let's go ahead and just take it right here. He's not going to need both his actions for anything, so he's going to definitely move next turn. I think that should do fine. Alright, here they come this way. Shouldn't be any exposure. Oh my god, we're actually exposed. That is very surprising to me. I did not think they would path that way, but that's what we learned. So we didn't have Overwatch ready for that. Now they start freaking out. This guy's the explodey flamethrower guy. Can I take 2 shots on him? 70%. And then I can still do something else after, like a ripsaw or something if I have to. It's not bad. I mean, he's low cover. My range is really good right now. I do have the upgraded bullpup, so it's 5 to 6. He was doing such bad damage before. He could barely kill some of the better Lost consistently. Now, look at this guy. Oh, he gets 2 damage on miss, and he broke their cover. Now he's flanked. Oh my gosh. Recipe for pain. Love it. Of course, that's gonna make some noise. What are we gonna do about this thin man thing here? Well, Borders has the high ground. Might as well use it. Okay, my preview says that this is a flanking position. This is not. So we might as well just go right. We still want to make sure we have LOS down there too, but I also don't want them to have LOS on me, so it's kind of a weird spot. Let's do this. I think this is a decent spot. I didn't upgrade my pistol, so this shot's not going to do much damage, but it'll hit. Right in the face. Alright, that's more for the morale of the troops down below more than anything. Let's see, so she can move there. Baldwin, on the other hand, cannot. So the question is, do we get real aggressive? Right up in the business. Wait, this is a target preview is, yeah, it's yellow. So this is a flanking position. It is risky, but we're here for it. And it works out.
How many is that now?
1. It's your literally first mission. It's your... Oh no, Butler's been here before. Alright, she can count. It's Anastasia's first mission. But that's still a little cocky. Just saying. Alright, well, we have a job to do. We have a limited time frame to work with. What is up with these fences? We're in like a martial law compound. Some crazy lights and posters and stuff. Can't even see what's on that poster, but hey, where the heck are we? Isn't this called like Mud Town or something? We're selling holograms and fancy jewelries, but also they have fences with spikes on them and graffiti everywhere. Those two ideas don't line up in my head, but whatever. They probably know we're here. And we're not in concealment. So if I was to move out here, this is what somebody would call a stupid idea. A lot of my moves have been a little risky, but going out there is just asking to run into something because I'm not in concealment. I don't have a scout. So I think just moving up to this position seems decent. I'm wondering if there's any others. Because of range, I don't think that that's actually going to help him as much. So yeah, we'll just put Baldwin up here, right alongside his fellow Grenadier. Put him in the Overwatch. And then the Specialist is still playing catch-up, so you know, we'll just stack the flanked characters and hope for the best. Seems like the play. Unless we want to try to do something up here, which is not too far forward, so I think this is actually decent. My two options are either there or there, but this would aggro, and this, because it's revealing more squares. This shouldn't. Shouldn't aggro. Totally shouldn't. Well, we got like a little cheat by glimpsing up to whatever. Wait, so we can see them or we can't? How do we know they're there and they don't? Because the sniper, like, because of height advantage, I guess? I don't know mechanics of this game, honestly. Alright, I don't have my, he's got loot? Oh shit, yeah. Firefighter man had loot. Yeah, we'll do this.
As you order.
4 turns left. 1 scope. Nothing big.
I have the object.
Should we have a 5th person? Where's our 5th? There it is, okay. Yeah, so we know there's, for some reason, some of us sometimes know that there's something in there. So the question really comes, how do I get line of sight on them and see if boarders can take shots, or just settle for what we have? I think just take smart positions. You know where they are. We can frag them out potentially. Just blue move forward, see if they aggro. And then, you know, we don't have to worry about flanks nearly as much. Now, is that the same tower as before? If I just look at the overall geometry, I think that's the first tower that we looked at. So this is a different one. But our specialist is not in range, so we'll never know. Alright, she's got the med kit. And she's got only 5 HP. So I think it's relatively reasonable for me to just take this approach. Alright. So 3 targets. Okay, so we're allowed to shoot this thing? Is that 6 health? We can just straight up take a shot at it and not worry about the timer anymore, which is kind of cool. I think because we have so much time, I'm perfectly fine with just taking shots on the actual enemies, more so than that thing. But let's see what we got here. 80% on the purifier. If we do that, we can take a miss shot from Mox, I believe. Nah, he's already made his move and is not in range of the purifier. Otherwise, I was like, yeah, I'll take a 1% shot just to kill, auto kill. No, I think this is definitely time for a grenade of some sort. Oh, and she needs to not be in a flank position, which is tough to find a spot, necessarily. Looking more over here. These are not covered. Maybe it's easier for Baldwin to get up. Yeah, I'm just basically trying to find good cover positions for them. I also probably need to make sure that Firefighter's dead if I'm grouping up, because if I just choose to go on these crates, I need to make sure that he's not. So what's the range of the frag grenade? Can't really throw it, which means my only real option is either another move action or a pretty bad shot. Again, it will still do damage because that's how it works. I also have the option of reloading, since 3 shots is probably all I need for the rest of this mission, I would say. You can also like frag this wall and then take the shot. But again, she needs to move first. There's no doubt about that. And he's only got a frag. Because he went with the mine shield, right? Yeah. Alright. Well, I think first things first, I want to go ahead and see what I can do against this purifier. I think that's a pretty reasonable shot. Is Borders in danger? Is he flanked? It looks like the yellow shield indicates that he is. So I probably don't want to do that. I think there's a defensive height advantage, but flanked is flanked, and it's always bad. So...
I can handle that.
I'll bet. So we get the shot, 85% still, but it's only pistol shot. Not going to kill for sure. And we missed.
Get it together.
85's miss. That's okay. Alright, I think I probably need to use the indoors of this house a little bit more. I haven't really looked at it, but like, this is a good position, right? Like obviously, if there's a explosion here that drops Borders down, that would be pretty bad, but like the lower level interior is pretty solid. And I might as well, if there is a second floor, might as well use that for the height. So yeah, I think this is a decent option, is just go moving into here. Yeah, so she's the one who's definitely out of position, but she can't reach that cool spot, so I'm going to have Baldwin do it instead. And now he should be able to see three targets actually. Very interesting pathing, but we get there. And now we've got to take our shots. And by that I mean not stand here at all. That would be dumb. So we got in here. At least we still have some room for grenading. Or in here, maybe same thing, maybe not. No, not really. Because if I look at the wall, yeah, that's just a big old staircase. If we can move into this position, that's decent, right? Yeah, she can move in here. That's a yellow movement, though. The blue ones are outdoors. Okay. Then, yeah, I think we want to try... I don't think I can grenade from in there the way I want to. Oh, this is actually fine. What am I doing? Yeah, just right here, where Baldwin was. And then we'll launch a fire grenade. Or a flashbang. Flashbang may be the smarter play. Let's see what frags can do. Yeah, frag is more for like if I have a bunch of follow-up, but really Mox is the only one who could. And, you know, if I frag that wall, that's a dead Viper. I would say that's pretty much guaranteed. Takes out a huge amount of good cover. Yeah, let's go for it. I don't want the Viper to pull me out of position and stuff like that. And now we have 87, not guaranteed, but good damage. And we take her.
They will fight no more.
Alright.
My ammo is gone.
And now we have a couple options. We can either go for the close proximity target or just go for the clear shot on the objective, but like I said, I think the objective will take care of itself. I'm going to go ahead and take the shots where I can. My alternative options are aid protocol if somebody needs it, hunker down, or overwatch. So weapon range is pretty good. The biggest issue is obviously the high cover. Let me check what this guy does. So if I click on him again, what is his abilities? So he has 7% aim. Damage is not mentioned. It just says the purifier shoots flame in a wide but short cone. Which, to me, is like a shotgun. Which, to me, means that he needs to move towards me. Which, to me, means Overwatch is decent. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to try this. Alright, 2 damage from the miss, and breaks the cover after. Is he going to shoot to the side? Oh, he's shooting up. Oof, building on fire. And the shock trooper, yep. Alright. No, but not the end of the world. She loses 1 action for that. And she is wounded, unfortunately. When we get out of here, which, you know, maybe I'm taking it for granted that we're going to get out of here, but let's see what you can do, Borders. You got the high ground. So this is where weapon range is actually bad. I was about to say, I feel like this shot should be a lot better, but it's because our weapon range is actually to our disadvantage. We're supposed to be further away from the target. But we have the shot. We're going to take it. And it does miss. Not getting the, you know, that 60-70% RNG that I've been kind of leaning into a bit this game so far. I'm sure Baldwin will have a better time. Right. Surely. Is there anything else we want to do in this time frame? I don't think so. I mean, I could launch a... No, launch a frag grenade would end the turn, right? Yes, it would. So, yeah, we'll just take the shot. Goodbye. Light him up. Sergeant Baldwin. Alright. Bogdanova has a clear shot. Front and center, she'll take it. If medkit doesn't end turn, I should have medkitted, but it should be okay. Butler does not have the best of shots, surprisingly. It's not considered a flanked position because she's hiding behind a bunch of stuff. Also got this guy here. So I haven't really used this Justice ability, but it's kind of cool. And I do have some options of how I could do that. Trying to think of where I can reach, but looks like all this ground level stuff isn't going to really cut it. Yeah. So he's... So what is the requirement for Rip Justice? I think it's just line of sight, and then it has a hit, like an accuracy, like a chance not to hit. But if I moved out to like this position here with my grappling hook, I think that'd be okay. Yeah, this might be a stupid move, but I'm gonna blue move here, kick open the door, hop on down. So this will end my turn. And it's not guaranteed. But if I grapple into a flanking position, which I think would be like this, even though it doesn't tell me, feel pretty good about that. There's up here as well, but don't want to grab the roof too much. I think this is good. Hop over there, and now we're in a position where we can't take the shot because we're out of ammo, but we can Justice 100% chance to hit and a 4 damage chop. Yeah. Alright, now that's all the targets that I know of. So I'm going to go ahead and just take the shot on the thing. At the very least, soften it up. And then I can consider maybe trying to go for a hack over here. While I still have some free time. 4 to 6. Should not kill it, but 1 and 3, I guess. Oh, 6 damage. Alright. No hacking for you. Oh, we have to eliminate all the hostiles. We got some more, including a mech. Oh boy. The show's not over. Okay. That's bad. You okay, man? It's just a little warm, that's all. Building's on fire. It's no big deal. Alright, so this is a clean shot, as clean as you're going to get, but we do want to try to break that armor a bit before we actually engage with that guy. If that floor collapses, he'll fall. But maybe easier said than done. We'll have to see. So real quick, I'm looking at my specialist. There we go. Butler does not have any more frags, so it's got to be Baldwin who has to deliver that frag, and he's feeling a little toasty. So if I want him to have LOS, it's got to be down here. So I think he goes back to the position he was in before, if he can. He might be cut off or just not in range. Oh, he can. Okay. So he's back here. We're dancing around a little bit, but I think this frag will be clean. And I think it's the best way to open up this turn. So I want it to go further. I want it to have more height, but we're not seeing that option. So either I try to hit this spot and hope that it breaks the wall and breaks cover, or I save it for later. Gonna hope.
Get ready for a surprise!
3 damage, and he is now flanked. Perfect. Which now opens up a high ground flanking shot right here, which should bring him down real quick. On the mark, Borders.
Well, how about that?
Another sergeant on the table. And the frag's not going to go out far enough either, unless he moves into probably quite a precarious position, I imagine. And they do rockets, so I don't want to clump. Yeah, and she's only got 3 health. That could be a dead soldier if I'm playing stupid. So let's not play stupid. We could push up there. That's decent. Let's see. This guy is a flamethrower, so I guess I don't want to get close to him. Flashbang shouldn't affect the robotic units, as far as I can tell, but should limit his movement, which should help. So I'm thinking the support gets out of here. I call her support, specialist, whatever you want to call her. Tries to find some cover, maybe tries to hack. Yeah, this is decent, even though the ceiling is collapsing above us. But it's indoors. Feels safer. So we got a shot there. 5 to 7. Or we just make sure we learn from our mistakes and go ahead and heal. So there's 2 reasons why. There's a reason it's good and a reason it's bad. Obviously, taking myself out of lethal range is important. Because if I don't do that, then I can get killed by a random lucky shot by an opponent. However, it also means that I can't stabilize anybody. Luckily, I don't think this is going to last 3 more turns, so even if somebody is bleeding out, I think that's going to be okay. So I'd rather take the guaranteed heal over the stabilize, or potential need for a stabilize or 50% shot. Yeah, so then we can just kind of pull back here and send out that flashbang, which will limit this fella quite a bit. And that'll give us time to wait for what's his face to get more exposed. Alright, so he did the what's it called? Whatever, justice. And now he's gonna reload. He's got 2 actions. Reload is not too problematic. We don't currently have a height advantage on this guy, but I imagine he's going to come on out. He doesn't just sit up there and shoot through windows, right? I'm not sure. I think Overwatch is an okay move in this position. Yeah, high ground's cool, but I don't think you can really get to a good spot. And this is not a bad spot, I would say. But we'll see. Pop. So the 2 armor means that doesn't do that much damage, but overall these magnetic weapons are still doing a lot. Borders.
What you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say? That it's all for the best, 'cause it is. What you say? That it's just what we need. You decided this. What you say? What did she say?
Are you kidding me? Absolutely absurd. I mean, I know half cover is not cover, but come on, that is so brutal. I feel bad. That really sucks. I felt like I was playing pretty safe, pretty reasonable. I didn't think he had that kind of firepower. What can this thing? Thing does 4 to 6 damage with a critical of +2. Absolutely insane. I don't even feel like that's a tactical mistake, but apparently you can't be... There's no such thing as being too cautious. Like, you have to take every single shot that you can as carefully as you can. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts so much. That was a strong character too. Borders. What are we gonna do, Borders? I don't even know how to approach this now. I want Baldwin to take this position and get the clean shot, which means she can't be here. I guess this is a decently close position, but it is also half cover instead of full cover. So instead we're gonna... Okay, this is blue, this is yellow. This is blue. Is this a window? No, it's stairs. We've been over this. Yikes. Okay. I mean, I plan on bringing this thing down, and this guy's only a melee, so maybe it doesn't matter. Hmm. 5 to 7 damage. I think this is a pretty likely hit regardless. Weapon range 11. If I'm closer, that's going to be better, right? So, just to better understand this weapon range stuff. So, we have 11% here.
On my way.
And now it's 17. Let's go. Like, if he was wounded, if he got hit by a stray shot that, like, oh, that really sucks that hit him, he's gonna be wounded for a long ass time, he's bleeding out. I respect that, but just a straight KIA from a full HP character like that is extremely painful. I mean, I know I'm not the kind that will be reloading based on one character death, but holy crap, that hurts. Fuck. Yeah, he'll be in range if I just drop the frag over here.
Yes, Commander.
Hokey smokes.
Explosive out.
This was such a clean mission. There was nothing to worry about. Baldwin got a promotion already. Let's see what Butler can do.
Here I come.
Okay. Looks like it's not gonna get much better than that. It works out though.
Who's keeping score?
The last round, guys. The last round. Good rating. Good rating. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I knew this game could have its moments, but that hurts. Alright. Well, GG boys. Wrap it up.
The speaker commended loyal citizens today
Guess we're gonna need some more rookies, huh?
To those who would abandon our values
Whew.
for those of the old world. The remarks followed a moment of silence for peacekeepers slain by
Not even on like a super chaotic warlock mission. Just a random mech coming in and
Is the purpose of all skirmishers. Until it is done, there can be no other path for us.
ugh.
Advent propaganda continues to spread the message of dissident attacks, but this is the voice of the resistance, telling you not to believe their lies. Our fighters are giving it everything they've got to take back what is rightfully ours.
I don't know what I'm doing. Just trying to make it so that you can see the hair, but it doesn't really matter. I don't know. Cry every time. It hurts. Feel like we barely got past our last loss. I can't even feel this one. It hurts. What are you gonna do? Well, we're gonna promote some soldiers, I suppose. Feeling better now? Wrath. Use the grapple to pull yourself to an enemy and deliver a ripjack. Basically the same thing as Justice, but it's pulling yourself to them and has a separate cooldown. I like that. Zero in, double a hit. The second one, much more likely. And then compared to Reflex, which is just one extra action when you get fired upon per mission. Which, I mean, I'm sure I'm not giving it the credit it deserves. I'm sure there's way crazy stuff that you can do with that. But this is much more interesting to me for sure. Again, we could save, but I think this is good enough for me to want to pick it up. Alright. Gotta look at the build order here. Blake Baldwin had some specific requests. We're gonna hear him out. Demolition. Unleash a volley of bullets at your target's cover, significantly damaging or destroying it. Doesn't deal damage, but it's a cover breaker. Back in XCOM 1, I really liked suppression. It was a cool idea. But really, is this... I don't know. Where to go, demo? It's like an Isn't this like a bad Overwatch? I don't know. Butler's up and running. Shredder's always a good option. And that's all we have to show for it. A few promotions, a little bit of intel, and one dead soldier. Where do we go from here? The Oregon Trail is getting sparse.
Hello, Commander.
Alien Cipher. So let's just check what this was, just to be kind of better understand the risk-reward aspects here. Alright, Dark Events, Alien Cipher. So, it says the aliens increase the strength of their encryption, increasing all intel costs by a certain percentage for a month. Increasing intel costs, so costs to like do various things, such as buying from the black market, setting up the relays, and such. This is not that big of a deal. We should have gone for the engineer, and we should have not lost our sniper.
We should check with Resistance HQ for new recruits.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm looking into it right now. As painful as it may be. Resources. Not now. We gotta get some rookies.
I have glimpsed the power that awaits.
Ah,
Realize its
this is not how we wanted the night to go.
entity is cut of the gods' own cloth.
One day later.
A power beyond perception.
Alright.
I cannot
Never even got to use his Gauss rifle.
but it is assuredly intertwined with the void that approaches.
We completed our research in remarkable time, Commander.
Good job, dude. You actually deserve this one. Alright, vector rifle, sniper rifle, and the cannon. Alright, so we can upgrade all Reapers with this breakthrough if we go for it. 5 days lost that we won't get back for plated armor, for faceless autopsy, which are both very important to me. But +1 damage to all Reapers. Kinda nice. If it wasn't a breakthrough, I would say this is like actually really low priority, but the fact that I can't get it later, I kinda wanna go back for it. Of course we only have one Reaper and I don't really know how to get more of them, but you know, we're here right now. Man, I can't decide. So focused on what already happened. We just gotta get more health, right? Yeah, I only have one Reaper, +1 to her rifles. I'm sure there's gonna be chances for breakthroughs later. I'm actually gonna skip this one. I'm not sure. Well, it's not a bad upgrade, and because it's time sensitive, I'm inclined to just go with it. But I feel like the more times we just kind of disrupt ourselves for little +1 damages, whatever, we're not going to get like the key upgrades that we desperately need. So, yeah, we'll go this route.
I will make that our highest priority.
Check out the engineering, see if we can actually make any of this stuff.
Thing I miss more than my lab equipment.
171 supplies. These are expensive, so we got the alloys enough for them.
And frankly, I do not want to know.
Hello, Commander.
But basically our options are Reaper and either Grenadier or Sharpshooter, but not both. I feel like we're actually firing more Grenadier shots, but Sharpshooter shots are hitting a bit more. Well, our last man standing is Baldwin, and I want to make sure he stays that way. We're gonna upgrade the Grenadier weapons, even if he's gonna be resting on it for a bit. And then, yeah, we'll grab the Reaper upgrade, which is all of our supplies for the time being.
As far as I can tell, Advent's technology, along with most of what we've seen going on in the city centers, is based on variations, and in some cases improvements, of the existing alien tech used during the invasion. Luckily, the more common this stuff becomes, the easier it'll be for us to find components.
I'm glad to see our joint effort paid off like we hoped.
Alright, Jackson and Weber coming in, getting a little bit of cohesion, getting a little dodge. We have a specialist up and running, and we did get an engineer for it, which is kind of nice. Assign new covert action. So now we have the ring, we can kind of not just do this once per month, we can actually do this multiple times. So we can immediately move towards either hunting the Chosen Warlock, hunting the Chosen Assassin, or moving to other things. I like improving combat intelligence, but I also believe this is retroactive. It says ability points will match the new combat intelligence, which means I think that it will actually catch up even if we do this later on. And right now, if I have to say something's high priority, it's dealing with the Chosen Assassin, as she continues to get a little bit better each time. That being said, there's a moderate risk of ambush unless we put a third soldier on the mission, and I do not think we can really spare 3 with our current setup. I'd have to kind of check back. Templars is also very interesting to me, but yeah, I think it's got to be scientist of all things, and then combat intelligence later on. I think there's some value in that. So, soldier wounded low is a risk I don't have to worry about. Dodge plus 10 is a perk I want. So Baldwin is tired. Bulldog. Sakura, Wild Child Endo, Blake Bulldog Baldwin. I like these names. Let's hope he has some bark. Because he's speaking for the rest of us right now. Alright, we want some dodge. I like that idea. We can either put it on a ranger. So the specialist just got some dodge, right? I don't know if this stacks. It says 9 right here. I mean, it's a good opportunity to learn, but maybe I could just look it up real quick. Dodge bonuses stack with bonuses of other types, and they stack with each other up to a cap of plus 20. Makes sense. Well, then I think we want to stack it, don't we? We'll go ahead. Get up to 19 out of 20. Sounds really good. And then, yeah, we can go ahead and send one more soldier. We'll get some free experience with no risk. I'm curious if they'll actually feel rested by the end of it, though. Jackson doesn't have any rest issues. Endo does. Endo sees some stuff. But I feel like I need... I don't know. We could send Jackson into it and give Endo a bit of a break. But without Endo or Baldwin, the mission and... well, she's almost back. Oh, do I not have a specialist if I do this? I just realized. 6-day wound on Anastasia. Only 40 hours on Hasagawa. She's the one who got hit by the Chosen and is now afraid of them. Ugh, it's tough. These micro decisions actually are going to add up now that I have less soldiers to work with. I need to make sure that I can be well equipped for my next mission. And that means sending a squaddy. And that means either Quan or Jackson. I currently have 2 rangers. I do not currently have 2 of those. So I can do this. I could say I'm not sending the specialist. I'm going to send like the sharpshooter. But honestly, I'm still going to be missing something of each role no matter what. Let's go get the scientist, and hopefully these recruits will be able to show something for themselves. Heading over to India.
Job done. Don't worry, Commander.
So now I have to decide where I want this engineer. I can either reduce this even further to 7 days, so we can try to get our comms up and running, or I can have them start clearing debris elsewhere. This is locked, this is not. Probably a pretty long clear. We're gonna have this guy freed up pretty soon as well. %33% reduction in covert actions. Kind of seems important. I didn't realize that this would be that important, but if it kind of delays finding the Chosen, and the Chosen are kind of racing against you, it actually seems to make a big difference. So I could see myself emptying this out and pushing for the covert stuff faster. I don't know why an engineer is really good at that, I guess. Like a tech specialist sitting back at HQ giving them intel. I guess it's not bad. But yeah, it's tough because I do want to be clearing stuff out as well. But the idea is that when this workshop is up and running, then I can do two things at once.
Advent's got their propaganda machine working overtime. We're still seeing a steady...
I'm not sure they have to do all that much convincing at this point.
And I'm not sure I'd trade my freedom for a few hot meals in the...
Alright, we got a new Grenadier, which is not necessarily what we need right now.
What about the terminally
But we got a couple
mentally
others
or
as well.
disabled? The aliens can offer them something we can't. Something most people would trade anything for.
You're wrong about that, Doctor. We can offer them freedom, even if it means they have to endure the pains of being...
Got
human.
I
Hans
just hope they
Decker
see it that way.
and Jacob Boer. Now we can either go for intel by investigating an ominous glow, or we can go for supplies, which would theoretically allow us to upgrade our sharpshooters' weaponry. Both are pretty important, I would say, in their own rights, but which one can we realistically make happen? 8 days remaining expires in 11. 7 days remaining expires in 14. And our supply drop is in 10 days. Basically, one of these will get done and one of these won't. And we just have to choose what we prioritize. I'm gonna go with the intel, because I wanna, once we get this relay up and running, I want the intel to support it. Actually, look at the intel I got. I got like 70 from that last one. Maybe we check out the black market one more time. Didn't we get intel cost increase? Or no, we stopped that. We stopped the decryption. So let's see. We could get supplies for intel, or we could just rush psionics and have that sped up, which is kind of nice. But I think both of these have merit as potential options. Short-term supply boost. I mean, heck, even the corporal is not that bad. I just was indicating that I'm lacking a specialist, right? Yeah, all these options are worth considering, but at the end of the day, I need to save a little bit of intel for later, right? And what if, like, the next black market has something that I feel like I can't work without? Like, these are technically all pretty optional. How much is that supplies? Well, I can also look at selling stuff, realistically. Any hot items? Advent Trooper corpses, we're not giving up those, and basically, yeah, those, neither of those are going anywhere, so we'll just look at what we have. I feel like I don't need one of these nanoskills, personally, but once we have the Predator armor, we'll kind of have a better idea about that. Scopes, still pretty good right now. These data caches, I don't really have time to research them, so I kind of want to just sell them off. Alright. It's not going to put me over a threshold or anything if I sell off one of these data pads, so we'll just hang on to it.
Avenger plotting new course.
All of this, and our UFO hasn't even found us yet. Like, we have reason to be concerned, I'd say. Alright, at least we got a couple people recovered, including the Reaper.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
I hear you. I hear you. Retaliation mission. That's what we have for ourselves, huh?
Your friends realize that their fate hinges only on your return to the Elder's grasp.
Alrighty. Well, that is our next mission. No choice about it. We're definitely going to be moving on this retaliation. There's a chance that the Wraithblade will show up as well. And it could be a real party. We are not feeling up to the task just yet, considering how our last few missions have gone, but we don't really have a choice. This is a fight of our lives. We've got to take back the planet. So, on the next episode, we will be heading to South Africa for Operation Unseating Whale.